How would I start a brand new store and how would I build a new business if I would have to start from zero in e-commerce again? Many of you guys have been asking me that, like, Marco, if you have a limited budget, maybe $500, $1,000, $2,000, what would you do? Like, which traffic sources would you use? What kind of store would you build? And these kind of things. I think it's an important and also very interesting topic, so I will talk about this in today's video. Stay tuned and I hope that you will enjoy it. Alright guys, so if I would start a new store from scratch, I have a pretty solid plan and a pretty clear plan of what I would do in this particular case. And the first thing I would do is definitely create a niche store. Now with niche store I don't mean a store that only sells like 10 different items or a very specific type of items, because I know that many people want to be as flexible as possible when it comes to testing, and I understand that and I agree that this makes a lot of sense. However, I would like to stay in a certain category, whether this is like hiking or pets or cooking or fitness or whatever. It can be a broad category, but it should be one specific category. At least that is what works best for me and my customers. So the reason why this is, obviously I've mentioned it in multiple videos, is that you can leverage influencers better, that you have one very specific target group that is much easier to work with than with a general store where every single customer is a totally different person. So the first thing that I would do is build a niche store. It can be some kind of broad niche store, but it should still have one specific topic. Now the second thing when we talk about the traffic source is also very clear to me. I would use a mix of, first of all, Google Ads and influencer marketing. Now why Google Ads? Well, still because it's one of the lowest hanging fruits in e-commerce these days. Still the vast majority of people is using Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and very few people are using like Google Search, Google Shopping, Google Display and all these kind of things. So it's still a super low hanging fruit where you can relatively easy get a return on ad spends of like 300, 400, 500% and sometimes more. So it's definitely something that I would do with my store. I would use, for example, Google Shopping ads first until I get a certain amount of sales. At this point then I would also scale with search ads. I would create really interesting YouTube ads that then direct potential customers to my site so that they buy my products. So Google Ads would definitely be one of the traffic sources that I would use the most if I would start from scratch now again, which is also what or Google Ads is something that I use all the time anyway. The second thing, as I said, influencer marketing is still a super powerful source, and many people think that it's dead or it's totally overpriced or it doesn't make sense or something, but if you use influencer marketing the right way, it's still an amazing traffic source. Now I made this video about my favorite influencer marketing tool. You can check the video if you click on the info box on the top right in the video now. And in there I tell you about my favorite influencer marketing tool, how to find influencers and all these kind of things. Basically what I would do if I would start from scratch, I would pick some micro influencers in my niche. And this is now again why it's important to have a niche store. If you have a general store, it's fairly difficult to work with very specific influencers because they see your store and they think, well, this guy is selling everything, why did he choose me? I don't think that I'm a good fit for it. And obviously they try to get the maximum amount of money out of that. But if you have a niche store, let's say a very specific like cooking niche store, or maybe a niche store about pets, and you can find an influencer, a micro influencer, let's say 10,000 followers, and you can get this influencer to work with you and you show them like, hey, here's my little pets site, we have super cool quality products and things like that. These people might work with you for less money. Now, of course, everyone still wants to make money. Every influencer wants some kind of compensation in return, but from experience, I can tell that it's easier to convince an influencer in his or her particular space to work with you if you have a store that is similar than to like convince a random influencer to work with you if you have a general store. Also, why micro-influencers? Well, obviously because they charge less and typically have more engagement. So instead of I would always prefer to work with 10 individual 10,000 subscriber influencers rather than one bigger influencer with 100,000 subscribers. Normally, the less subscriber an influencer has, the more engagement the influencer has as well. This is basically true for almost all kind of influencers of every single category, and this is very powerful. Also, if you find an influencer that has like limited reach, limited experience, chances are that this influencer will work with you only for a free product. Now obviously not for like a $3 keychain or something like that. But if you have like a pet product that is quite cool and you sell it for $40 or $50, it costs you like 10, 20, 25, whatever, chances are that this influencer might work with you only for the product. So you could tell him, hey, I sent you this cool product, would you mind taking a photo with it or taking some video? And I also have a video about that, because you shouldn't say like just post the product image or something. The influencer should always take a photo or video by himself or herself, because this makes it more authentic and will give you more followers and sales in the end. So this is what I would do. First of all, picking a niche store. It can be something you're passionate about, it can be something that is in demand, but it should be one certain topic or category, because from experience it makes things easier. Then in the second step, I would advertise with Google Ads and influencer marketing. Third, of course, you should have email marketing in place from day one. So you should have an email sequence, a follow-up sequence, but, and this is also something that I would definitely include if I would start now from zero on again, messenger marketing. Now, messenger marketing is super powerful because it has crazy open rates, it has crazy click rates, and it is a very great tool to get conversations going with your customers. So messenger marketing means, for example, someone clicks on the add to cart button on your site, and 30 minutes later they get a message on Facebook telling them, hey, I see that you're interested in this product, you didn't buy it yet, would you like to check it out, and stuff like this. But you can also get whole communications going with your customers that way. Like, instead of email, which always feels a little like salesy or formal, you could basically text them on Facebook and say, hey, this is our new collection, or just send them like a funny video with a little bit of text. So messenger marketing is something that I personally think no store should lack entirely. You should have some sort of messenger marketing in place. However, I personally think that many stores and many websites out there overuse messenger marketing. So it's not that just because messenger marketing is a cool tool that has good open rates, you should use it every single day and bombard people on Facebook, because people will get even more annoyed if you send them a Facebook message every day than they would if you send them an email every day. It's easier to ignore an email than to ignore a Facebook message. So if you use Facebook, if you use messenger marketing or Facebook messenger marketing in particular, make sure that you're not too spammy, that you don't annoy people, but make sure that you use it in one way or another, because it's a great tool to, like I said, engage customers, get more sales, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, the last thing that I would have in mind when I would start a new store today is that from day one, I would think about how to brand the store in the end. There are so many people who are always looking for the quick buck and to have a dropshipping store, and they never even intend to build this into a brand. If you spend your time like only looking for the next quick sale, eventually you might get there, but it will be very hard to transfer a pure quick sale dropshipping store into a brand, because if you build everything up as a pure dropshipping store, it is very hard to build a brand at the same time. So if I would have to start from zero again today, I would have the brand in mind from day one. Like, if I would have the niche store I talked about, I would think like, what can I do? What could be the logo, the colors, what would be my brand identity, what would I do with my brand, like what should people know it for, what would be the tone of voice when I send my emails, what kind of products do I choose, and all these kind of things. I would also aim to store my own products as quickly as possible. Now, of course, this is not really possible with 2,000 different products, but I would always look like, how many sales do I get for this product? How many sales do I get for this product? And once I see that I get a lot of sales for one particular product, I would buy this in bulk. I would get my own packaging and all these kind of things, so that you can start branding your stuff as quickly as possible. This will make all things easier. Again, it will make influencer marketing better, because they will see your packages, they can do unboxings with your logo and everything. You will have higher margins, shipping will be quicker. All these things will come into play that, again, will improve your business. So I would think about the brand from day one and not just say, all right, I will do dropshipping until I make enough sales, and then eventually I will somehow transform it into a brand, or I will somehow build a brand with that. Have the brand in mind from day one already. Of course, you won't be able to stock 15,000 different products from day one and, you know, make a perfect brand image from day one, but it should be your priority, and you should have it in mind immediately, so that it's not like at some point you have to go from from 1 to 100 or something, right? So it should be a gradual thing that you improve the brand and you build on it and you stock products individually so that you become more of a brand every single month, basically. So yeah, guys, these were my few tips. These are my ideas on how I would start if I had to start from now, again, from zero. If you found this helpful, please leave a like, please subscribe to this channel for more e-commerce and marketing stuff. I hope that it helped you, especially if you're starting out, giving you some ideas on how you might start your e-commerce journey. Of course, as always, check the description for the eCom PPC Academy, my Google Ads course that can help you really drastically improve your business by applying kick-ass Google ad techniques to your business, making more sales and getting more customers. So please subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.